It's good to be here and talk with what is truly both serial investor and a serial entrepreneur. And we're going to obviously talk a little bit about the exchange that you founded, Monty. But tell me, what other reasons did you have to launch yourself into the absolutely crazy idea of setting up a crypto exchange?
Yes, Nathan, that's a good starting point. So I had been an entrepreneur by heart, started my first company at school, did several things, sold companies, also had failures on the way. And then I had the chance to start as a business angel, and we then incorporated the venture capital fund. This was 2013. And then I spent some time in Silicon Valley during summer, and a good friend, Adam Draper, approached me, who said, you have to look at Bitcoin. That's the next big thing. They're just investing in a company called Coinbase. They're doing like exchange stuff. And so this was where he basically pulled me into that ecosystem. And as a fund being regulated in Luxembourg at the CSSF, we tried to talk to them and they didn't have a clue. As an institutional investor, we had been completely sidelined. We couldn't invest. So 2017, when regulators stepped up, and especially there's this tiny country, Liechtenstein, is the extension of the crypto valley. They had been working on the Blockchain Act. And this sparked my interest. And I said, now it's a time that we actually can combine this institutional demand with this crypto innovation. And that's why I stopped everything I did before and moved to Crypto Valley and started LCX, the Liechtenstein Crypto Assets Exchange.
All right, interesting. Just because we're in Davos, why did you choose Liechtenstein rather than Switzerland, which was close in race when it came to legislation?
So for me personally, it's the best of both worlds. So I live in Switzerland. I love Switzerland. And we incorporated in Liechtenstein because it's also combining the Swiss regulatory landscape with the Swiss franc, right? But also access to European markets, the European economic area. So this gives us now the advantage that we can file for one license and get access to 30 countries, 450 million population, right?
Totally. So I think time is really something that seemed to be of the essence, or still is, and it's a race.
Time matters, especially now. We have a huge advantage here in Crypto Valley, especially the foundations are here, blockchain infrastructure, key players. We are leading this. The crypto industry in Europe is now the second largest globally, and all the companies, the entrepreneurs are here, the expertise and lawyers and everything. And now we are the first jurisdiction, not only one country, but pan-European, where we have markets in crypto assets regulation, this pan-European framework. The US is dreaming about this. They had been blocking it completely in the last couple of years, and now they're embracing it, but they don't have the rules yet. We have a legal framework which is enabling us to also onboard institutions and to leverage. But time matters because now it's in place. We have prepared and filed the pre-application of MiCA now in Liechtenstein. They will start now on 1st of February, so we are just waiting for midnight on the last day of January to submit. And then we're in a waiting position, right? Maybe adjusting some of the policies, but we are ready to be among the first getting licensed.
Fantastic, good to hear. Do you believe there's such a thing as winner takes it all in the European market, or how do you see the future landscape? I'm also saying that because there's other crypto exchanges represented in the room, friendly competitors, of course.
I've seen technology life cycles. We're looking at like the rise of a new technology, then the early adopters until it comes to mass adoption, and then there's a peak, and we'll see then if it will be going into mainstream or it will fade away. And for blockchain technology as a whole, we now know this will stay forever, but ultimately these life cycles matter because if you look at the first generation of social media, for example, Friendster, MySpace, I mean, when they said they have 500 million users, we thought that's the biggest social network ever going to be. And now they're not even relevant anymore. So there's always a first tech pioneers. I think in internet in general it was AOL, right? And a lot of these AOL group then became entrepreneurs and founding other companies. We do see that now with crypto exchanges as well. A lot of exchanges who didn't care about compliance, they just grew in the wild. A lot of the Asian exchanges, no questions asked. You just email, username, there you go, and you can transfer hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, and it's still the case. This will fade away. So there's now time for a second generation of exchanges, and ultimately in Europe it will consolidate because it is hard work to get to that compliant level, huge investments. It's not for startups anymore. We are now more than 100 people full-time. You have to have a certain substance to be a regulated CASP, a crypto asset service provider.
You were talking about technology. When it comes to crypto or call it blockchain, I always make a big classification between Bitcoin and Ethereum and then others, and that's something that can be traded on your exchange. But next to the pure crypto assets, you also do tokenized assets. Tell us a little bit about tokenized assets, real world and financial or securities.
We do have a role as a physical validator. It's part of the TVTG, the Trusted Technology, so-called Blockchain Act, the blockchain laws in Liechtenstein. They invented already in a very smart manner a structure that you can tokenize assets. And so if you tokenize something from the real world, like a diamond, for example, you need to make sure that the diamond is real, not glass. It is stored in a secure place. And you need someone to actually prove, like a notary, who is liable if this is not true. And then you can put it as a digital twin on the blockchain. Once it's on the blockchain, we have all the decentralized benefits. You can trade it, you can settle it globally. But this match from physical to digital was a very smart move from the Liechtenstein governance and the working groups to define this as a physical validator. So we got registered as a physical validator and we started to do a couple of projects. This role is in particularly for things. And so that's why diamonds was one of the initial projects. And we launched a side project as a showcase called Diamonds at diamonds.com. And this now became a whole separate company where LCX is the physical validator. We are liable. We are taking custody of this physical good. And Diamonds is now the platform, and it has become the largest tokenized diamond marketplace with more than 14,000 diamonds being tokenized, traded, and available online to buy. So the physical validator is unique to Liechtenstein. It's currently we can't passport it European-wide or globally. We tokenize it in Liechtenstein that actually are physically in Liechtenstein in a high security vault.
I was going to ask, okay.
And then the clients on board also under Liechtenstein law. And this way, we found a good solution to get the benefits of the heritage of Liechtenstein, right? And the security of the country while offering on a global level.
Do you think that there is hope for the European market to be more liberal when it comes to passporting crypto and other services?
In general, I do have a very balanced view on regulation and innovation. So as an entrepreneur, we don't want over-regulation. On the other hand, I'm happy that now we have a level playing field and we do see an increase of institutional clients onboarding because now they can trust on some legal system and it is now legal to operate these platforms.
Monty, thanks a lot for your optimism. It was very good having you on stage. I wish you and your exchange, LCX, all the best.